everyone, I'm Mark Christian Anacion and welcome to Science, Technology, and Society entitled Intellectual Revolution That Defines Society. So, here we'll be talking about 3 intellectual revolution. What are those? Just remember the acronym. The first is Pre stands for Prussian Revolution by Sigmund Freud. The second one, Co stands for Copernican Revolution by Nicholas Copernicus. And lastly, D stands for Darwin Revolution by Charles Darwin. First, let's talk about Prussian Revolution. So, here we'll be talking about psychoanalysis, which pertains to the study that explain human behavior. Sigmund Freud explained that there are many conscious and unconscious factors that can influence behavior and emotion. This psychoanalysis is also a set of theories and therapeutic technique related to the study of unconscious mind. A good example of this is in terms of a person development, which is determined by often forgotten events in early childhood rather than by inherited traits alone. The primary assumption of psychoanalysis is the belief that all people possess unconscious thoughts, feelings, desires, and memories, which has aimed to release or repress emotion and experiences, making the unconscious thoughts conscious. For example, you are not aware that you are falling in love right now. The smile, the eye contact, the emotional bonding, the happiness, and the desire to be with everything you wanted, you are realized consciously. You're in love with the person you're with, then you are realized it affected your behavior and emotional from the first time you were in love with her. He also argued that personality is a product of 3 conflicting elements. For those, the id, the ego, and superego. When we talk about the id, it pertains to pleasure principle, sexual energy, sexual drive, and sexual layman's term. It pertains to the bad or devil side of your personality. While superego pertains your moral principle, good side of your personality, and it fights with the end, then ego is your reality principle. It balances the id and superego. However, sometimes there is a disequilibrium between the id and superego. Sometimes the id dominates, sometimes not. Sometimes the superego dominates, or sometimes not. Let's now move on to the Copernican Revolution. In early times, people questioned what created days and night. They wanted to understand what heavenly bodies like star, moon, and planets are. The invention of the telescope made the people to take a picture at the outer space. But more importantly, it also captivated them to know what was actually out there. Claudius Ptolemy, a famous philosopher and astronomer, postulated a theory known as geocentric model. The earth pertains to each. The centritism refers to the center, which stated that planets as well as the sun and moon move in the circular motion around the earth, making the earth the center of the solar system. Then, in the 16th century, a Polish mathematician and astronomer, namely Nicholas Copernicus, postulated a new concept known as paleotrism. Paleo pertains to the sun and centrism refers to the center, which suggested the center of the solar system was not the earth, but actually the sun. The idea was rejected at the first by the public, but eventually this concept was accepted because of certain truths on technology. In this new beginning, a period of modern astronomy has begun. The most controversial of all revolutions is the Darwin Revolution. The Darwin Revolution is generally taken to be one of the key events in the history of Western science recent years. However, the very notion of a specific revolution has come under attack in the specific case of Charles Darwin and his origin of species. There are serious questions about the nature of change and specifically Darwin input in the history.